Give me a mic and I will talk. Leon, hey Leon. And I've met him before in person. He does smell like mothballs and beef jerky. He never wears sleeves. Did y'all know he lost a job at Eckert's? It was a Walgreens, but he refused to call it Walgreens. He called it Eckert's. That didn't get him sunk. It wasn't until he cut the sleeves off his smock. The smocks have sleeves. Flashy. I have to make a mental note to drop the B now. Are you happy? Kathy Good in the audience right there. Hey, you know what? Let's do a small poll, Kathy. I've always wanted to know. I want to record her to do a podcast. She's an angry white lady that has dogs, and stuff pisses her off all the time. And I want to stick her in front of a mic and, like, tell her I'm not recording and then let her get warmed up, but that's actually the recording. Would y'all listen to an angry white broad? All right. I'll fuck him. See? Oh, that's okay. I broke the contract. I hope you guys weren't planning on not paying for those mozzarella sticks. By the way, Brent, we already did Brent's finger cuffs. You're an out-of-work Indiana Jones. Your idea to get the gold statue was to use a bag of marbles instead of sand, but Indy said your idea is stupid because you know what the marbles are going to do? They're going to spill out. You know what you're going to do? What's going to happen when you try and go across the little tiny footprints that keep arrows from shooting in your head? You're going to slip on the marbles. Dipshit. Indiana boner, more like, you know what I'm talking about, everybody? Then we got Chad down there, old Quarter Lebowski, old Bobcat Goldstein. If you diamond trade with him, he'll do the Bobcat from Police Academy. He'll do it. And then he'll give you a good price. I don't even know you. We don't know each other. But you know what I noticed? You have the nose of Baron von Munchausen. Only not the real Baron von Munchausen. The kind of nose that, like, Playtel took and copied, and it's pointed down at some stupid record, and, like, some pedophile has it in the dungeon playing a cryptic version of Cradle in the Tree. Well, that's what they call it, because copyright reasons and whatnot. Rockabye Baby's the mainstream. But over there in Baron von Munchrape's house, this is why they take notes. You go down a wormhole, because all I really have is a lady stick figure hanging from a helicopter, and then there's a dude stick figure hanging from a parachute, getting the old Bob Richardson. It's called a mid-air Bob Richardson. Have you ever seen how a 747 refuels in flight? She's not going anywhere. She's attached to a helicopter. He's drifting by, but all of a sudden, like a rip current, forget about taking chrome off a trailer hitch. She gets to spin a parachuter in midair. If I were Gallagher, I'd smash a watermelon right now. That's when Chad was talking about something I was writing, all that scribbling. I was like, oh yeah, you bet, Chad. Yeah, you bet. Wait till I talk about your nose and it playing a pedophile's Baron von Munchausen VHS. Or whatever dribble I wrote on there, for God's sakes. I also looked at your Facebook page. It says you're a male. And there's a picture on the front that shows you can hold 2 balls of some sort in your mouth. They look like donut holes, or maybe some sort of, you know, the character from Toy Story that's in the crane machine, and they want the god that's the crane, only his mouth is the creepy crane's uncle that comes down and sucks 2 of them up, jostles them around like Lawrence Fishburne jostled those balls. And name the movie, Dan. Do it right now, you're fired.
I got nothing.
Of course, Jaime knows. Let's get to Jaime. Oh, Jaime. You have warm eyes, Jaime. I'm going to start out soft. You got real warm eyes. Like when I look at you, I can tell you could tell 1,000 stories. Harness the wind of Pancho Villa. I am talking about your gas. No, but for real, you have a warm face like Kevin Costner. But it's as if Kevin Costner got hit in the face with a El Scarro burrito from the flea market. They stole it from, Freebirds, the monster. It's the El Scarro! And it hits you in the face. And you've got the kind eyes, but you're sounding racist, aren't I? Yeah, a little bit. But you never know. Old Samantha knows. She's a witch. She'll turn him into the Irish. Then I can really lay in. Nothing like honkies picking on honkies. Where are you from, Jaime, originally? Like your blood.
South Texas.
South Texas. God's country. Or as they now call it, God's brother's country, El Detho's country. Man, we used to be able to go to Mexico, Wing, remember that? Now we can't. You were talking about African livers, and I go through one a year, Jaime. Is that the truth? Where did you get your information? I'm sorry, can you stop the recording? Because this is separate. Like, say his name out and everyone's gonna get it. Oh, Jaime Gonzalez. Do you know how Dick Cheney's still alive? He gets hearts from Puerto Rican little tiny boys every day. I'm a once a month client. You think I got any pull? Man, you screwed us all! All you people are dead too. Do you have relatives, sir? Wearing the pearlescent button-up shirt that doesn't fit you anymore, but you figure if I wear it unbuttoned styled, it'll fit in. And I'll kind of look like that, who's the guy with the squinty eyes from the car? Dilbert? Dilbert went country. Rockabilly Dilbert. Oh, I'm dating a girl with bangs and hairspray and herpes. Well, you know what happens, Dilbert? You end up trying to cut your own jugular with a pencil sharpener. You know how well that works? It doesn't work at all. You son of a dumb bitch. See how I switched it up there? I didn't insult him. I actually insulted his mother. She's obviously smart because she raised a fellow that wears shirts that are 9 times too small. Did you see Jaime's picture? Oh yeah. The helicopter harness broke. That is now the helicopter lady and the parachuting dude filleting to the end like the band on the Titanic. Which, Jaime, at the end of the day, that's how I think of you. Going down with the ship. Mostly because they left the icebox unlocked. No. I feel like a real piece of shit for that. We're going to start with Joe's drawing. The target is a guy, and then a lady has been shot out of a bow coming at him with a more than willing hedrical area. I made a lot of notes for you, Joe, mostly because I was most nervous about you. But you didn't bring up anything. Like, we've known each other since high school. And how you're dressed tonight, God bless you, sir. Can I get a round of applause? The last time I was told I saw this guy at Austin High, he was wearing a bathrobe and kitchen gloves and a crinkled up cowboy hat. And apparently one of the sociopathic assholes I used to run around with shoved him into a wall. Then I pointed at him and laughed. Wow, that is funny. If you saw it on the internet, you would think it's funny. But everyone's like, oh, you were there in person? And that makes you a jerk. But you didn't even bring that up. And I made that comment about something about Mary hair. And she prides himself on being fully authentic. I don't know. But you know what? You got real class, Joe. You got real class. And you know what I learned about you on Facebook? Not too much. I already know you're pretty good. And I want to share with you a line, just because you're simply funny. And when you came on my podcast, You just cracked me up for an hour and a half. You just kind of talked, and you really made me laugh. But as anyone will tell you, the wing knows it, showbiz is fickle. And I want to use on you a line that still, it makes me laugh so much that I'm going to do it now. Picture me as Andy Dick. When will it be my turn to punch him until there's bones in his stool? And I want you to have bones in your stool for one reason. You were pointing out the flaw in my whole scheme. Yeah, I had a free car and free beer. The Subaru was usually full of free Dos Equis. My wife and I would go driving around the block having sex in front of every different house. Throwing a used condom into the yard. Not because we had to use protection. We're married, for God's sakes. But you know what? Nothing like going for your morning paper and there's a Jimmy hat full of melted St. Cummings on top of the lifestyle section. But that could have only happened if I'd been uniquely sponsored by Subaru and Dos Equis. Having access to two things that I love but would never screw up if I had to pay for them. My car and my beer. But in a free Subaru and free Dos Equis, I could literally wear a strap on and then using my wedding gift tools, remove the penis and put a Dos Equis and then strap it on my wife. And I've got two of them. At the end of the day, it's like what do you call it? The bonging of the beer, the 69ing of the beer, we'll call it. But we're driving. We're driving the whole time. None of y'all are my neighbors, are you? If you got that red cat, I will hit him with my goddamn car. It's not a Subaru, though. It's a van. I love my Good Times van. How we doing on time? Am I running along here? Good book. Brent's telling me to stretch it out. You're telling me to shorten it up. There are like fishing buddies. Brent caught the big giant gar, and you're talking about Brent's penis. Yeah. I was reeling in the fish, couldn't rightly use my hands, and he put it in my butt. But it felt like one of them old pull tabs got lodged in there. You know, you pull it off, it flies off, slips down the back of your bathing suit, and gets off in your Jimmy Crawl. Well, Brent's penis is like a 1980s beer pull tab that gets lodged in your butthole, called a Jimmy Crawl. To put that into title's sake, because I know we're recording back there. Push Mark. If you can just push Mark. Yeah, it's going to be a good one. I'm going to go back there. Sophie. Hey, Sophie, how you doing? She's very girl with the dragon tattoo back there. Only she seems like she'd be down for a nice evening. No pistols, no candles, no carving of the skin. If I made Brent take his shirt off right now, my God, you'd see the carvings of an angry child. Speaking of angry children, Joe went to school with old Professor Sandusky. Just saying you got raped by Sandusky. That's it. Hey, and you brought up my education. Did you hear about the epic trials and tribulations of my professional cheating career on scholastic exams? Why did you call me dumb then, you son of a bitch? Because I cheat. I didn't never take a test on it, so I'll tell you that right now. But now that I know he didn't know that, hey man, what's going on?
When I was on your live show, you did not know the difference between a verb, an adjective, and a noun.
Pretty sure that's the same response I had that night. I'd ring it like a horse eats a sugar cube out of your hand. It's like feeding a sugar cube to a cougar's poon. Kathy knows what I'm talking about. She gets all her energy from sugar cubes fed to her via poon. You girls aren't getting her diabetic, are you? Give her plenty of sugar. Don't worry, Kathy, no one's listening.